2017 Clash Royale is coming back, guys. There's a brand new game mode coming. I believe it starts March 12th and runs to March 26th. You can see Retro Royale. It's kind of similar to the 2v2 where there's a casual mode, and then once you reach 30 wins, you get to the competitive league, and there's a leaderboard as well. Now, you guys might be wondering, okay, well, what decks are good for this? I have 3 decks here. I'm going to show you guys all 3. We're going to start with Giant Double Prince. It's a classic deck. Classic 2017. Man, it brings back memories because it used to be so OP, and now Giant Double Prince, definitely not nearly as good. Now, unfortunately, guys, I have a little bit of bad news. The cards are not capped at level 13. A lot of people were wondering were there going to be a level cap, and no, there is not. And as you can see here in this example, it appears like we're against someone that has some level 14 cards, so the level disadvantages are going to be a factor. So yeah, you guys got to make sure that you're running stuff that you have leveled up ideally, but luckily because it's 2017, a lot of the cards are going to be pretty free to play friendly. So you're going to be not seeing champions, you're not going to be seeing evolutions, so you do got that going for you, which is very good, of course. But still, even so, people might be kind of limited what they actually are able to run. And yeah, we're just smacking this guy. I mean, the level advantage is absolutely going our way. But then also, I don't know what in the world this guy's running. I mean, to be fair, we're against, I suppose, a bot or whatever. But anyway, just kind of demonstrating the decks. I mean, I guess it doesn't particularly matter how outstanding the gameplay is. But we're going to get a 3 crown here, and I'll show you guys the second deck I have put together. Before I do, I don't think I actually mentioned the rewards yet. So as you can see, for the first win, which I already claimed, you get 1,000 season tokens, and there's a lot of other season tokens you get, and then some gold chests, so that's not super spectacular. But then at 29 wins, you do get an emote, which I do believe is exclusive and for this specific Retro Royale thing, so that is very cool. But anyway, the second deck is, of course, going to be Classic Logbait. Of course, this is a super OG deck. I mean, how could anyone forget about this? I mean, this has just been around for so long. Of course, with the Inferno Tower, recently in bait, we've seen the Cannon, the Tesla, but Inferno is as classic as you can get. Here we go against Sharp Champ. This guy's also at 1 win in the casual league here. So we'll just go in for a Goblin Barrel and then an Ice Spirit. And let's see, Log coming in here, and P.E.K.K.A, it looks like, is what we're playing against. P.E.K.K.A Bridge Spam, because that, again, is another classic deck. So I guess we'll just go in for a Goblin Gang here, and then, yeah, it appears like we're against some level 14 cards. So this is going to be very expected. I mean, this actually, even though you could make the argument like, oh, this might not be good that we're playing against, you know, people that are under leveled, but this is kind of an accurate representation of what's going to happen. So yeah, like, I mean, this is going to be an issue. I can already see the complaints now about this when people are playing the, even just the casual one. And okay, anyway, we'll just go in for a Knight here on top of the Ewiz, and then let's see here. I guess we could go in for a Goblin Barrel and then go in for a Gob Gang, and that's probably likely going to be Tower Down in the right, almost, if I had to guess, just because there's not any adequate counter for the Goblin Barrel. Yeah, so we're going to just take the tower easily. To be fair, Logbait does counter P.E.K.K.A very easily, assuming he does have the P.E.K.K.A. I mean, and then if he does, we can, of course, just whip out the Inferno Tower to take it out very easily. And yeah, it's hard to predict what's actually going to be good and what isn't, because, I mean, these 3 decks I have here, it's like on paper they should be good for retro, but who knows what people are going to come up with. I mean, people might come up with different variations than what was good back in the day, because people might realize, like, oh, you know, because we have new methods, we know the strategy now of how to counter things, whereas before we didn't really know. There was limited knowledge of the game, but now that people have been playing for so long, it makes me wonder, are there going to be just never seen before variations that are just way better? And P.E.K.K.A gets just absolutely killed. I wonder if Golem is going to be better as well than it normally is, because again, Golem actually used to be pretty strong back in the day. It's only been recently and it hasn't been good. So Golem might make a return, you know, Elixir Collector. It's going to be interesting to see because I don't actually think the Earthquake was out yet. So that means the Elixir Collector is going to be very good again, which could also mean the Three Musketeers might be as well. Man, it's just going to be so interesting to see. But either way, this is pretty much a wrap here. We'll just go in for the Goblin Barrel, going for the Knight to tank, and this is going to be GG pretty easily. We don't get the 3 crown as quick this match, or if we even get it at all. I don't even know if we will, but anyway, that is going to be the second deck. I definitely expect there to be a lot of bait. It's always been a fan favorite, but not as big of a fan favorite as the next thing that I'm going to show, because what would 2017 Clash Royale be without... Wait for it, make your prediction now, in the comments. What do you guys think? And we get a crown chest, as you can see, wooden chest. It's only 1 second to unlock. Wow, look at that, it just opens immediately. 2.6 Hog Cycle. Oh yeah, I mean, of course I had to include it. I mean, I had to. This is just OG Clash Royale. Like, this deck has been out for so long. I don't know how it's been viable for 7+ years. Like, it's still, we're in 2025 and people are still using 2.6. I mean, does this thing ever die? I really just don't think it does. Like, I think there's just always going to be people running 2.6. I mean, I think even for all I know, in 2030 there's going to be people running 2.6 Hog Cycle, and I don't know if I'm looking forward to that. I guess as an OG player of this game, I just always, just like every year, I'm just more and more sick of it. But when you're using it yourself, I suppose it's a bit more fun. And once again, all level 14 cards. But again, I mean, this is realistic. In fact, you guys might be against some people that have level 13 cards, or just completely under-leveled. I don't know how the system works for the casual. I don't know if it matches you against people that are similar trophies or whatever. Well, I know it's similar wins to what you have, because I've been against people with the same amount, right? Like, this guy's got 2, so that's going to be the case. But what I don't know is there like an algorithm or system where they try to get people to be around the same trophies that people are at on Trophy Road, or if there's any sort of level thing. I assume there is, actually. Yeah, there definitely is. I don't even know why I thought there wasn't, because, yeah, they got to have something like that. But anyway, we'll see what the community's reaction is of this. I definitely think this is going to be way better than the 2v2. I mean, 2v2, like, honestly, it's a bit more niche, because not everyone likes 2v2. I will say that this is definitely, the Mega Draft was the worst, where it was just because the thing with the Mega Draft is it was more pay to win, because even though this isn't level capped, the difference is you're actually choosing your deck, and majority of people in this game have at least one deck where they have a lot of the OG cards leveled up. But Mega Draft, you're forced to use things or pick things that you don't have leveled up. And it's like, maybe even if you're not forced to, you're going to want to choose the cards you have leveled up, but that means you're not going to be able to pick the best option, because it's like, oh, you know, didn't have that leveled up. That's why a lot of people didn't like the Mega Draft season. That's why, even though this isn't capped, I think people are going to enjoy it more. But let's just see the community's reaction. We'll go Musk, same lane as the Night Witch, and yeah, either way, I know I'm going to be having fun with this. I'm definitely going to be streaming it a good bit. I might even try to go for a good finish. Hopefully I have a lot of time towards the end of March to, you know, go for that good finish, because again, it doesn't last that long. It's kind of like the 2v2 ladder, where it ran the first time for, I guess, around a couple weeks, which is what it is if it's March 12th to the 26th, I believe. Hopefully I have those dates correct, but either way, I don't know, the gameplay of this video probably wasn't outstanding because we're against bots, but it was just to kind of show you guys just an example of some decks I would consider using. But if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe. If you guys are not subscribed already, you can use creator code BOSS to support me in any Supercell game. And thanks again until next time, guys.